immediately affects oil markets, and we're seeing that play out across the world already, is possibly why the United States is coming up with these suggestions and this one relief that it has offered to India, which is a 30-day waiver. Speaking of which, there's breaking news coming in from the Congress camp. Manikam Tagore has taken to social media. He says the US Treasury will allow India for 30 days. So I'm quoting him here, and then he says in capitals, allow. That's a question he is posing. He says India is a sovereign nation, not a subordinate state seeking permission from Indira Gandhi to Narendra surrender. What a fall. So he's taken the surrender jibe once again. Not just him, Karti Chidambaram also taking to social media, talking about the temporary 30-day waiver. He says the operative word is allow. What a disgrace to our sovereignty. I do want to go across to CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh on that note. Pallavi, as on expected lines, the Congress, going all out in citing this one development announcement coming in from the United States. How do you look at this, and what next really coming in from the Congress?
In fact, Christine, when you and I were talking a short while back, this is exactly what I was anticipating. So the Congress party has not wasted time. And why would they? Because they have all along maintained the line that India has always had good equations with Russia. They have been an old friend. And why are we being dictated by any third country on who we should be buying the Russian oil from? India's logic has been in purchasing Russian oil is that unlike Venezuela earlier, it was non-sanctioned oil. It was, and the second part is, of course, it was working out to be cheaper. So we reserve the right to choose where we want to purchase our oil from. But putting on that tariff on us, 25% extra, was actually a dictation which was coming in from America. Today, the same tariff or that clause has been removed by America. So they are dictating to us where we should be buying oil from. They are giving us permission. That is what the point the Congress party is raising. Wait to see what Rahul Gandhi also has to say. Right from the day go, whether it's been Operation Sindoor, whether it has been the Indo-US trade deal, whether it has been India's foreign policy vis-a-vis Israel versus Iran, the Congress has always accused the government of buckling under Trump's pressure.
But isn't the Treasury Secretary's statement suggestive of that as well? He has used the word allow, and so the Congress, but naturally has an upper hand here, at least in terms of attacking or going after the government.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Because, in terms of sovereignty, when you use words like allow, that means you're talking from a position of authority and strength, and you're talking down to us. That is the point which the Congress party is going to be raising. That's the point which is going to come up in Parliament from Monday onwards as well. I mean, cornering the government on the Iran issue, cornering the government on the fact that why are you even giving that kind of permission or that opportunity to America where they decide what they can allow, what they can't allow. And this for the Congress with the biggest admission of the fact that what the Congress has been accusing the government of, that the government has been dictated by Donald Trump.
Right. Also, for more on this, we have Major General A.K. Sivach live with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir, of course, there we're talking about the U.S. waiver, and India is also seeking U.S. support to secure marine insurance. What's your assessment of the situation?
No doubt about it. As far as Strait of Hormuz is there, it is almost blocked because majority of the ships are not venturing to go because there are danger of drones being fired from Iran. So now, as far as India is concerned, we were purchasing almost 40 to 43% of our oil initially from Russia. But then we have reduced it because the Russia has promised us that 25% waiver or tariff will be reduced, which was reduced. But now the waiver has been given by the US that we can purchase the Russian oil for another 1 month. I think that's a step in the right direction because as on today, oil from especially from the Gulf countries will be restricted. You will not find oil coming to that extent. 20% of world oil comes, and our 40% requirement comes from these areas only. So we have now alternative source. We were already purchasing quite a bit oil from Russia. Now we can purchase for 1 month. And we should understand this is a temporary relief. It may increase. So we must understand the situation is fast changing. It's very, very fluid. And whatever waiver we get it, we should now look after our energy requirement. And as far as Strait of Hormuz is concerned, to me it looks like that it will remain blocked because it is very difficult to give protection to each and every oil tanker. And even the insurance companies are not coming forward to give insurance. And since naval fleet may escort you, but what about the drones? You know, the Shahid drones of Iran are very, very effective and they can hit you. So to me, it looks like that the Strait of Hormuz will remain blocked until unless this war stops and until unless the Iran change its strategy. Its strategy is this, that block the Strait of Hormuz, involve all the Middle East countries, put pressure on these countries so that they put pressure on US to stop this war.
So that's as far as General Savach, Iran's strategy in the interim. And like you rightly pointed out, the Shahid series drones is something that it's heavily relying on in terms not just of the cost, also, effectiveness, that mass produced, difficult to intercept, all of that is advantage Iran when it comes to using these drones and at the scale at which it is using these drones. But General Savach, what about the United States? The US in the latest has come out to say that we are going to be sending more forces in Middle East. The Iranian regime is of the opinion that we're waiting for a ground invasion. So that's one part of the story. The other thing is that the United States also seems to be indicating at the moment that we are being able to damage Iran to a great extent, that their missile attacks have gone down by 90%. But what do you really think is the US end goal here, and how close are they to achieving it, if there is an end goal, that is?
You know, one thing is very clear, that US has been changing its goalpost.
Yeah.
They are not having a very clear aim. What is their end game? What will be their military and political objective ultimately? But having said that, one can say that if they want a regime change, there has to be boots on ground. And in case US puts boots on ground, then they'll find a body bags going back. And remember what happened in Iraq, what happened in Afghanistan, what happened in Libya. Those are not a very happy memory. So I don't think US will make a mistake of putting boots on ground. What they are now relying on are the Kurds, which are there in northwest. They are trying to now initiate them and give them weapons and all. They are, as it is, in minority, about 10% of the total population. They may do something. But to me, it looks like this war will continue till the time the Iran has got stockpile of its missile rocket drones. And it looks like that they have sufficient stock of staying in this war for a slightly longer time. In fact, what I can see is that US and Israel underestimated the capability of Iran when they attacked. And now they are realizing that Iran is very well prepared. Iran is prepared for a long haul. Let's see how things build up. But yes, one thing is there, as far as the technology is concerned, America and Israel is far superior. The air power and the air defense system of Iran is not good. Air defense has been neutralized. Air power is very weak. Their Navy has been also by and large neutralized. So therefore, the air superiority of US is there. But what is the plus point of Iran is that they are hitting very hard in Middle East with their drones, with their rockets and missiles. And they are hitting in those places where the air defense system is not very strong. Remember that Israel has got a multi-tier air defense system, but as far as the Arab countries are concerned, their air defense system is only two-tier, which is Patriot missile system and third, Tammany high-altitude area defense. So they are hitting there. They are sending three messages. One is that these countries should put pressure on US to stop the war. Second, the investment which is there, almost about $2,500 billion is gone down the smoke. Third thing is that
every day of this war means a lot of money going to waste, General, and that's a fact that no one can contest at the moment. But thank you for getting your inputs and perspective to the show this morning. Stay on with us.